Last time we left off here, okay? So this is MrGirl talking about the Destiny report. Okay, so let's take a look. This is where we left off. We'll see if we can finish this tonight. If we can't, then we'll save the last part for tomorrow, okay? All right, let's go.
You'll be okay. And it's like...
So again, this is MrGirl announcing that he is currently making the Destiny report 2.0, okay? Which I think has not come out yet, but who knows? Just make it into a video this time. Please stop making a huge Substack article. It is retarded. Okay.
Scared and shivering. He seems so helpless when you first meet him. And you're like, well, this is going to be the easiest thing in the world. You have all this money. You have this giant apparatus. You have all this fame and power. You just kind of hate yourself a little bit and are impulsive. But the impulses you're trying to satisfy, apparently, sex with younger women, you have an open relationship. Like, what's the problem? All you have to do, so you're like, all you have to do is just step away from the ledge. You can play, you can do all the stuff you want, you can run around in circles. You just have to come over here a little bit. And so you go over to try to help the puppy.
I have too many hours in XCOM.
And you're trying to, and you're like, and it's scared of you. It's backing actually closer to the ledge as you walk over. And so you're like, hey, it's okay. And the puppy's like, is it? Are you sure? You promised not to hurt me? So many.
Oh yeah, I'm going to create more custom characters based on regular chatters from chat, okay? If you want to be made into an XCOM character, make sure to be active in my chat, okay? And I will make you into an XCOM character, okay? That's the only criteria. If you want to change your XCOM character, you have to donate, okay? In some kind of way, all right? If you donate in some way, you get to have the option to actually customize your XCOM character in my game, okay? That's it, right?
Other people have hurt me. So many people have hurt me, and they all abandoned me. They all abandoned me here.
I already made you, so too late.
And then you get closer, and you look over the edge of the cliff,
you already paid.
And then you see the bodies. And then the puppy.
Wait, is he talking about like the bodies, as in like the bodies of people that Steven has slept with? Is that what he's talking about?
Grabs your wrists. And you're bleeding. And it's crushing your wrist. And it's much...
Oh, okay. I don't know what the schizo posting is. Let me see.
I mean, they all abandoned me. They all abandoned me here. And then you get closer, and then you look over the edge of the cliff, and then you see the bodies. And then the puppy grabs your wrists.
Okay.
And you're bleeding. And it's crushing your wrist. And it's much stronger than you thought. And it's digging its paws into the ground and pulling you towards the cliff. But even while it's doing that, it's still looking at you like, you're not going to hurt me, are you?
Did Aura ever come through for me? No, I'm still double checking my bank account. It should arrive either today or tomorrow, okay? So I am just like, I keep on clicking refresh, okay?
Are you?
It's a lot of money. I'm just waiting for the money to come in.
And so it's this weird thing where you're like,
Listen, in the past, they have always paid me, okay? In the past, they have always paid me consistently, okay?
You're petting it, and you're trying to reassure it while it's trying to kill you. And it's looking at you, and it's like, you know you're trying to kill me, but you're acting like you're not, and everyone else is acting like you're not. And the puppy's squealing like, oh, he's hurting me. And then
it's kind of crazy that MrGirl has these kinds of like crazy analogies and fantasies of Destiny. I think it's like one of the most unhinged things ever. But at the same time, it really gives a lot of personality to MrGirl. He just likes imagining like Destiny being the ultimate predator, right? While the puppies and the dead bodies and everything are like all the innocent victims. Well, not dead. I think puppy in this case is Destiny. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting the way that he kind of like anthropomorphizes Destiny into his world building, like his artistic world building.
And then you start freaking out, and you're like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, you're betraying me. And he throws you off the cliff with everybody else. And all anyone else sees, who has everyone at the bottom of the cliff.
Last credit score. See latest score. Guys, get ready. I'm about to look at my credit score, okay? 802. Okay.
Is knows. But most people who get thrown off the cliff still think everyone else who got thrown off either betrayed him or deserved it. And then everyone watching is just like, well, another person tried to kill that puppy, wouldn't save him, and just the puppy had to defend itself. And you just want to go and you're like, well, maybe this isn't happening. Maybe you just still need help. I'll give you more love and more help. So to a naive person like me, I had zero defense against this. And that's literally in the that's in the cartoons, right?
This analogy is way too long. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, if you listen, just no longer. MrGirl is a theater kid. Okay, he's a theater kid. All right, he's like living out his little like play in his head. All right, and he's like shedding a tear over his own imagination. All right, it's kind of like the Teletubbies. You know, as a kid, when you cry when some of the Teletubbies are like alone and crying and fright, and are in fright or something. You know, it's the same thing. Okay, like just yeah, that's it.
Destiny presents as a puppy.
It's Teletubby shit.
Sexually, he presents as a puppy. Pixie said that's
What?
their DMs. She was like, I trust
Hello?
you. I wanted to experiment with you sexually because you're so good about consent. He's like a blue-haired, almost, people, like poly people are kind of feel asexual in a weird way. When like part of sex is discrimination. And so when someone's like, oh, I'll have sex with anyone. Hi. Like, do you want to, I don't know, do you want to have anal? What's up? Like, whatever you're comfortable with. We don't have to. There's a weird asexuality to that. It's kind of gross, but it's not threatening. What's threatening is you meet somebody at a dinner party and they're like,
What?
I'll fuck you. Yeah.
Jesus,
But
dude.
that also, you can also connect to that sexually. If you're into the person, it's very exciting. If you're not, it's terrifying. But that is what makes someone seem like a sexual person.
Who watches this? Me. I think a lot of people who watch MrGirl are just interested in him as a person. Okay, they're not interested in him speaking the truth, but it's more or less just to laugh at him a little bit. Like he's a very intriguing as a person. Okay, he's interesting. All right, that's it.
I have a very specific interest in you. I'm talking to you, Shayla. When someone appears to just be broadly attracted to everyone and open, I just like sex. That's how Destiny presents himself. I have blue hair. I like sex. If you want to have sex, we can. If not, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't come out. It's the opposite of predatory. That's like puppy sexuality. Of like, it just seems totally safe. It's not sexuality. It's a trap.
Hello.
It's a lie. It's an intentional lie. And then you're an orbiter, you have sex with him. That's not what he's after. That's not the part he's interested in. The sex is just so he can film it. The part that he's really sexually interested in is betraying you while he jerks off. Sending the recording of you.
What, dude? Okay, sorry, but that's the part that I feel like is just kind of crazy to me. Can you please prove to me in any form, in any way, that he has a kink for betraying people? That he has a very, very specific kink for betraying women. What? That's his kink? That's his fetish? I'm sorry, but this seems like a fantasy. All right? Like what Destiny has already done is bad, okay? Like I'm not going to deny that part, okay? What he has done is already bad. But the thing is you don't have to make up all of this stuff to make him sound even worse, like a psychopath or something, right? Like that's the thing. You don't need to make up facts about him, okay? If you just stick to the things that we already know, it's fine. You don't have to say, yeah, you know what? All of this stuff is also, he's a psychopath, he's a sociopath, he's a blah, blah, blah. He has a fetish for betraying women. He has a thing for, like, I don't know, sexualizing betrayal, sexualizing cheating, right? It's just, I'm sorry. It's just like, it's just absolutely ridiculous to me.
Having sex to other women while he jerks off without your knowledge. That's the end goal. He's not recording sex so he can have it. He's having it so he can record it. There is this sense of violation that I felt. Lav said to me over text, Anna told me that Destiny says that he enjoys putting me through this public humiliation. He enjoys watching me get dogpiled sexually. And that was my kind of like, I think I understand everything that's been happening for the last 8 months moment. I don't have any proof that he said that.
Really?
But it really clicked. And then I spoke to Lav on the phone after that, and we were talking about it, and I was saying, like, you know, the fact that he's sadistically doing this to these women, and she was like, I don't know why you don't think that applies.
Yeah, I'm sure Lav is extremely trustworthy. I'm sure Lav has all sorts of fantastical scenarios in her head that she has invented to justify her hatred of Destiny, okay? It's crazy. Also, Lav may or may not have actually done, like, revenge porn, okay?
To
So,
you.
know, very cool. Very cool person.
And she said it in this kind of like pitying,
hold on.
gentle way, like,
yes, I'm doing
like
I'm doing a Hassan
we had been
impression, okay?
locked in a cage and we're all getting raped, but I like forgot that I got raped, and I'm like, I can't, I'm like, oh my god, I have to save you guys, like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And she's like, it didn't just happen to me, buddy. And then I was thinking back on those Fuentes debates, and at the time I kept thinking, like, dude, you're losing these debates, your community is turning against you on this. I'm exposing you not just as being willing or irresponsible with Fuentes, but as actually being bad at debating.
Oh, he's talking about chicken and waffles?
And having no idea how to have a debate. Like, you are looking like an idiot in front of your audience. And like, you know it and they know it. We all know what's happening. And I kept thinking, why do you keep having this conversation with me? You're losing every single time. Why do you let me come on and scream at you? And then I was like, it was just fun. That's it. He just thought it was fun. He thought it was fun to watch me freak out. And it has the added benefit of outing anyone in the audience who's willing to question him. So losing debates actually helps him, because then he can just ban everyone who says he lost. And the realization of, like, I was pouring my heart and soul into those conversations where I'm like, I am willing to lay everything on the line to do the right thing here. And you're just laughing at me. You're just having fun. You're tormenting me. Toying with me. For fun. Do you fear for your life? Yes. Consider Destiny as a psycho and you have contributed to ruining his income stream. I think you're safe because he thinks you're an impotent retard who can't touch him. I don't think he thinks that. Yeah, I think he sees me as a threat. Yeah,
You poured your heart and soul into a stupid debate with a friend at the time. You put your heart and soul into that. Oh my god. All right, it's literally slam poetry, like, literally. This is boring. It's not to me. You can watch another stream. You know what? Fuck you. Okay. Another one. Another one. Ding. Another one. All right, come back after like 1 or 2 days, okay? All right. But not everyone can follow the path of our queen. To be a shopper, you need to accomplish the 3 tasks of Sloop, donate to Foodshops, subscribe to as a member, and use the order code. True. Very true. Okay.
I do fear for my life.
Dude, if you complain that the content is boring, you can leave. Okay, no one is forcing you to watch my stream. All right? You can watch anybody else.
That's also part of the point of these public attacks against people. Destroying people in public. It scares people. It is scary. I mean, what already happened was fucking horrible. I don't know how much further he'd escalate or if he'll engage again, but it was pretty bad. Once he started to ban you and call you a rapist pedo, I knew he saw you as a threat. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not defensive at all. I'm just saying it's all.
You know what? It is a sign that what I'm doing is good, okay? Because if people genuinely see me as someone who has to go over content that they want to watch, right, with me, it means I am fostering parasocial relationships, okay? Because if I wasn't fostering parasocial relationships, that would we would be in trouble, okay?
Almost like defending himself and retaliating has become sexualized, so they're all intertwined. It kind of reminds me of Strange Darling, but there's a thing in Strange Darling, the movie, where there's a serial killer who needs to be aggressed against first. Kind of happens in Monster, or like Road Rage. Like Road Rage people are almost kind of like serial killers. They're just waiting for someone to be their target, like in the film Unhinged with Russell Crowe. Question: is it unethical to continue to consume Destiny's politics, separating the art from the artist? Yeah, it's absolutely unethical. You should not watch
Well, I guess I'm unethical then. That is a flaw that I will not improve on.
Destiny or participate in his content on any level. Destiny does not care about politics. He doesn't have political beliefs. There's no investment in anything he is saying. The people who just watch the politics sanitize him. The people who, I just want to talk about politics stuff. I'm not part of the drama stuff. That class of orbiters, they just sanitize him. He uses the stream to hurt people. He uses the audience to hurt people. He uses the numbers in the audience to throw his weight around. He uses those numbers to lure women in to have sex with him and be tortured by him.
I'm just curious. Is it never the fault of the woman? Is it literally never the fault of the woman? I just want to say this, that like literally MrGirl, if he's ever placed in the same scenario, so he would never, because he's such a big narcissist. Okay, he it's crazy. Okay, I think this is crazy shit. Okay, like he invented this entire caricature of Destiny in his head, and he literally couldn't get over it. Like he is actually going insane. Like like he is unhinged right now. Like he is actually so unhinged right now. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah.
Every time you
Jesus.
watch his content and you
Crazy.
add a number to that view count, you're helping him put bait on the hook. You're helping fund his legal defense. You're helping him deceive and sexually violate human beings. Have you read about psychopaths who run cults? How do you mend those two things together? Well, I would think that cults always rely on deception. Cults are exploitative. Cults rely on the leader exchanging the well-being and safety of the member for their own. They rely on controlling people and directing them to do things that are bad. I think most cult leaders are probably more narcissistic. Like Trump. I don't think Trump has empathy. I think Trump would score pretty high on this, but I think he'd also score really high on narcissism. Trump lashes out. When you make Destiny angry, you won't know that you made him angry. He will just start quietly plotting your demise. He'll sabotage your life. He's not satisfied extra by knowing that you know he fucked you. He doesn't care what you know. That's not the fun part for him. So that's a little different. Trump gets on Twitter and says, oh yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. Destiny has a little of that, but the cold calculating, plotting revenge thing feels pretty different. Trump supporters are over-identified.
I don't get it. Where does he get any of
with
this?
Trump? Like they think they are Trump, but their opinion of Trump is similar to Trump's opinion of himself. Trump thinks he's the greatest, and they think he's the greatest. They've bought into kind of his narcissistic delusion. I don't think Destiny thinks the things that his audience thinks about him. I don't think the primary purpose of DGG is to reflect Destiny's inflated sense of self back at himself. I don't think he cares that much about what they think. I think he cares about being in control and getting rid of people he can't control. I suspected you might say he doesn't care about politics, but he still makes good arguments, even if it's accidental. He doesn't make good arguments. Destiny
Yeah, the Reddit situation was the catalyst. I guarantee you he did not care about any of these women before, and he was more than happy to admit that he loves like torturing women himself. By the way, I think that everything Mr. Girl is saying here is 100% projection. Okay? I think that Mr. Girl enjoys being in control. I think that he wants to be in control of Shaylin. I think that whenever he is with another woman or whatever the fuck, right? Whenever that has happened in the past or anything suspicious has happened, I think everything, tells me that he wants to be the one in control or something. So that's just my opinion, okay?
Just deconstructs the arguments of people he thinks are stupid and makes you feel smart and makes himself look smart. I don't think he's widely seen as even intelligent or intellectual or good at making arguments outside of his cult. I don't think he does make good arguments. I think he puts on a show that is appeals to your emotional sense of feeling smart. You don't see Destiny writing political essays. You see Destiny writing essays about people who have offended him and who he wants to hurt. You don't see Destiny putting his ideas out there to stand up to scrutiny. He doesn't have ideas. Are there like video essays where he's like, I have a novel theory of like what's going on in politics today. And, I have an insight that I think nobody's really thought of and we should talk about it. So it's easy to look smart when you just wait for someone else to say.
Does somebody necessarily need to have video essays in order to actually make some kind of meaningful political content, or do you think that somebody else can actually go on to debate somebody and that could be enough, or something like that? Like I don't know what he's saying. I don't know why he's saying these things. Yeah,
Something stupid and
makes no
then
sense.
pounce on it. It's not really political content though. It's very easy to win political debates when you don't have anything to lose. Destiny is not trying to adhere to any kind of platform. He's not trying to keep his audience in any particular lane. If he needed to switch to being conservative tomorrow, he would be fine with that. He doesn't care about that. And his audience largely doesn't care.
He doesn't care about whether or not he turns into a conservative, really? I'm sorry. I find that hard to believe you've lost me, even if you haven't lost me before, okay? So I don't I don't think that's true.
Care about it.
Dude.
So if I'm a politician and I have all these constituents who are, and my career is on the line all the time.
What this be all about? This is about Mr. Girl announcing that he might create like a second Destiny report. And he's talking about he's making all sorts of crazy analogies, comparing Destiny to somebody who is lying above a sea of corpses, kicking a dog off a cliff, and saying that Destiny is sexually attracted to betrayal. Like he gets off on betrayal. Saying all sorts of wacky shit, okay?
And they're expecting me to somehow thread the needle of being consistent with the party, even though the party may be internally inconsistent. But I have to do this. I have to make the party appear consistent with my argument.
Don't forget to look at the timeline. Foodshops is correct. Prior to him not giving special treatment on the subreddit. Yeah, like but by the way, I just want to say his ban from the subreddit is 100% warranted, okay? He was literally making anti-fan posts. Yeah, of course he's gonna get banned, okay? He wants to feel like he's in control, all right? And forethought took control away from Mr. Girl. So again, he's projecting again, okay? He wants to feel like he's in control of the subreddit, right? By making posts that are supportive of his own ideas, but then he couldn't handle it when.
What? Fuck.
Hey, Eri, Misaki, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Okay, thanks so much for the 5. Is that Sassafras? Did Sassafras receive a membership? That's crazy. Thank you so much. Also, AverX has finally gotten a membership. Okay, good for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. W for Eri. W for Eri. W for Eri. Okay, W Eri.
Being consistent with myself and my past positions, seeming genuine, and being genuine to whatever extent is possible, and also winning. That I have to add to the party and be compelling and be likable. I have to do all these 5 things at the same time. when I'm creating my platform or I'm speaking publicly, Destiny doesn't have to do any of them. So of course I'm going to lose the argument. Because when I'm debating as a politician, say I'm Ben Shapiro or whatever, I have to do all these other things because I'm actually doing political advocacy, which shackles me to and restricts me in a lot of ways rhetorically. All you're trying to do is get rid of people in your audience who aren't willing.
No. Just because someone is donated a membership doesn't mean that they are currently in the in the thing right now. Okay, sorry, that was a message thing. I'm contacting a support agent right now for my payout. Okay, but yeah, all right. I'm just saying that means Sassafras is still subscribed for some reason. Okay, good for her. Okay, all right.
To swallow anything you feed them. Sexually and psychologically torture the people around you. You don't care about your marriage. You don't care about your career. You don't care about anything except looking smart and gaining power. And even when you look stupid,
Looking smart or is smart,
but that still helps you because you get rid of people who are willing to call you stupid.
I feel like the definition of looking smart is like Jordan Peterson, where you use a bunch of big words and you pretend that you're like the smartest person ever, right? That is looking smart, okay? Actually being smart is using simple ideas and simple words to convey complex ideas, okay? Simple words to convey complex ideas. That is the real definition of being smart, okay? Not using big words to convey simple ideas.
Playing to an audience of a cult.
It's the exact opposite.
And that's why Trump wins debates too. He's playing to a cult. He's playing to. He is in a different world. He's grown it quite a bit, but he's in a world where he has control over the other people who populate the world, the roles that they play, what the audience perceives as reality. If you bring a binder to a Trump debate, he can just say, well, nothing in there is true. What I say is true. And
what is he saying? Is there no such thing as objective truth anymore? Is there no such thing as facts or data? Is there no such thing as statistics? What is he talking about?
His own base will say he won. And if they're a big enough base, he did win. That's what Destiny does. He doesn't have any other considerations. So what he's doing in the debate isn't even really debating. He's just trying to tear the other person down. A debate is just another pretense for Destiny to try to hurt somebody. It's not political content. It's all the same. It's all interconnected. Sex, relationships, conflict, and politics are all just venues for Destiny to indulge in hurting people, tearing. Oh, what's his big latest political stance? What's his idea he's putting out in the world? The firefighter deserved it.
Can you clean up the scruff? Oh, this was from 4 months ago. I'm pretty sure he already cleaned up by now, okay? But MrGirl now perpetually looks like he's like on the edge of a psychotic episode. I think at some point, once he started like going after Destiny, or feeling like he got betrayed by Destiny, MrGirl having feverishly working nonstop on the Destiny report, which then went like fucking nowhere. So I don't even know why the fuck he did that. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Trump supporters deserve to die. That's his stance. You think he's saying that because he has some deep conviction that that's true? That he's attached to that view? No. He just likes hurting people. Destiny doesn't make political content. So I don't think you should watch it. Because it doesn't exist. Destiny doesn't exist. As he presents himself, he doesn't exist. The Destiny you're attached to and the content you think he's making is not real. When you say, I'm going to stop watching Destiny, is it ethical to keep watching his Destiny politics?
I think the lack of music is what makes me uncomfortable. Like, you're talking about in this scenario, right? Don't worry, I'll find some music.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as Destiny, and there's no such thing as Destiny politics. As you know him, it doesn't exist. What if I could pirate the content without adding to the view count? It's bad for you. It's hurting you and your ability to think, to watch it.
You don't understand. When you watch Destiny content, you can no longer have a child. It gives you, it gives you chlamydia. chlamydia. It gives you chlamydia, okay, to watch Destiny content. You don't understand, okay? You don't get it, okay? The moment you start watching Destiny content in a dark room, this like little girl with like white dress and a long black hair comes out and then fucking kills you, okay? All right, that's what actually happens, all right?
Without Destiny, we wouldn't have a reasonable left. Dude, the idea that you want Destiny to represent your political positions,
just say no, true.
Even while he is self-destructing because of his sex crimes,
no,
is
that's
insane.
Not what I mean,
you are not able to assess what outsiders will think of Destiny when this
watching Foodshops gives you herpes. Good luck never having sex again.
News hits the mainstream. If this suit goes through or he's arrested, he's not helping. He's not helping the cause. He's hurting the cause. The totality of Destiny's contribution to politics.
Yeah, he's giving optics advice. Dude, why is he doing this? He is irony maxing like more than half of the time, by the way. But now he's pretending as if he has some kind of insightful, serious commentary to give.
Will be that he hurt Democrats.
So stupid.
That's it. That's all he's done. Perhaps it's true that he simply deconstructs and makes people look stupid, but it feels like this is a very useful function, even if he's doing it for bad reasons.
Isn't he the I like kitties guy? Yeah, he is. But there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, okay? Like, it's okay to like kitties. It's okay to fuck. Like, even I were to say, like, being a non-offending pedophile, whatever, who cares, right? The part that's wrong for me is that he is trying to make serious moral statements after trying to optics. He's trying to decrease his optics to a negative level, all right, and then he's trying to use that negative aura in order to well actually, you know what, he does farm aura, okay? I will say MrGirl does farm aura, but he's trying to use negative commentary aura to make a statement that requires a commentary aura of like level 20, okay? He's trying to like there's a stat check, okay? There's a stat check you have to pass, all right, in order to make some statements for people to listen to you, all right? Does the MrGirl presents on stream to his community exist? Well, no, because everything can just simply apply back to him. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You can tear people apart poorly. I don't think he does tear people apart well. Tearing people apart while having no morality or views of your own is not doing it well. He could just switch sides and start doing the same thing to Democrats. You can tear any politician apart if you have no morals and you're not beholden to any views, because by the nature of making political arguments while doing political advocacy, while trying to be likable, while trying to be genuine, it's impossible to make an argument that is not flawed in some way. And they can all be torn apart by people who are not beholden to anything. If Destiny doesn't make political content, then I don't care about politics. You don't care about politics. If you cared about politics, you would educate yourself about what's going on politically, which is not fun. Watching Destiny is fun. If you're having a bunch of fun...
Can you not engage with politics in a fun way that you might feel a little guilty pleasure towards? Could you not engage with politics in a... Do you know how many political commentators out there are like guilty of rape or guilty of like whatever the fuck scandal that they're accused of that is far, far worse than Destiny, but yet at the same time people rally around them? The reason for rallying around them is because they are effective like political actors, and people that follow them know that they are trying to get like some kind of pragmatic result out of following them instead of focusing on how bad of a person they are. Yeah, you know what? If Hitler runs for a Democrat position, maybe voting it. Listen, I'm just gonna say this right now, okay? A corpse would be better than Trump, okay? Do you know how many things guilty Trump is of? Right? Like, fuck, you can no longer stop purity testing. This purity testing needs to stop, okay? Fuck. I don't get why you miss Destiny. It's fun to watch. I feel like the dude is admitting he had a crush on him. I mean, like, he honestly, like, everything feels as though, like, yeah. Yeah, it's just silly. Manipulators and being true.
You're not learning about politics and you don't care about politics. Learning is usually boring, or at least it's work. What about an example like his January 6th is an insurrection position? How many folks how many folks he engaged on that? I never ever recommend Destiny to anyone ever, but I do borrow a lot of his talking points. I do think if there is a debate about whether something is one way or the other, whether Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent or guilty, he will take a side on it. But that there's nothing like behind that. He just enjoys ripping apart the incredibly stupid position that it's not an insurrection. I mean, I agree with that.
Wait. Did he just say Ralph Kittenhouse? What the fuck?
I agree with his position, but the thing that is compelling about his content is not that he's arguing that position well.
No, Kyle. Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse, not Ralph Kittenhouse. Okay.
It's that he is making people who argue against it look stupid. And you enjoy him shitting on those people and making you feel smart. Destiny is not a beacon of hope for democracy. The January 6th debate is a venue for shitting on people.